Prevention, prevention, and more prevention. I have a friend that is a really staunch, hardcore liberal. This is a friend of mine out by where I live, and to listen to him it's almost amazing. Like, it's like, holy crow, that's far left, or yeah, that's far left. And then I watch a bunch of the right-winger stuff. You know, you have Fox News and a bunch of this stuff on the internet, which is far right. So you have the far left, then you have the far right. And there's extremism that's kind of mixed in with this, where some of these people are going way out there, way out there. So even like a conservative, like I consider myself kind of a conservative, but some of these guys are like, holy crow, you guys are way out there on the right wing. And then with everything that's going on with the left wing, I don't have to bring up any content here. It's pretty extreme too, almost too extreme. It's too much. So you got too much here and you got too much there. So my concept, my political utilitarianism has had things moving. So I came up with this concept called the bird party, because nobody's ever talking about the bird. So you got the left, you got the right wings, but where's the bird in all this? So here you have the bird. It's got the eyes, it's got the brain, it's got the lungs, it's got the heart, it's got the landing gear, it runs both wings, okay? Why can't we do this, you guys? Why can't we take our far left extremism and bring it back wherever we need to make concessions and compromise, but not too crazy of a compromise or concession, but just bringing it back a little closer to the bird. And then this right-wing insanity where it's like this and this and this and this, and you're gonna, it's crazy. Let's bring that right-wing insanity back to more rational and sensible and reasonable thinking. So now we've got to the point where there is no room for concessions. There's no more room for compromise. We're not going to move any further. Same with the left, the right. We're not going to move any further. We're stopped. We have a line drawn. We are not going to cross that line right here. But what we've done is we've come closer to the bird. We've come closer to the landing gear and the heart and the soul of that creature, the brain, the lungs. We've come closer to the bird, and still not really super compromised or made concessions on your boundaries, but we're closer. So there's a way that maybe we could negotiate and talk about this getting closer to the center of this whole thing. Because at the end of it, this wing, no matter how good it is and how strong it is and how many feathers it has and how many whatever, it will never fly without the bird. So in our political concept, where we've gone extreme, which is never a good thing, moderation always, moderation. Everybody talks about that. Guess everybody's phoning me, eh? Next time I'll just leave it in the truck, Stephen. I can phone everybody back. I got some medical issues right now that I'm working on, health-wise. I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row so that I can be the best that I can be. here we are. The right wing getting closer to the bird, the left wing getting closer to the bird, and still not losing really any ground. A lot of this stuff in here could be environmental. Well, now we have our guide to what we should be doing environmental. We don't even have to talk about it anymore. We just have to do the right thing. So it's called the Bird Party. I call it like the UB Party, the Utilitarian Bird Party. So that now we have a third party. You look at the US politics, Democrats and Republicans. These democracies were never created off of two parties. That's why you have 4 or 5 or 6 parties, and then you have your independents. But it seems like this is all about what it is. It's either Republican or Democrat. It's liberal or conservative. There's the third party. It's the Bird Party. It's the centered party. It's the party that makes choices because of getting better, not making things worse. We saw it in Justin Trudeau's reign, 9-year reign or whatever, 8-year reign. That was crazy. And we went from $450 billion in debt to $1.3 trillion in debt. Like, how could that be a good thing? It doesn't matter whether you're left or right. How could that be a good thing for your family, which is your most important thing, or your lifestyle, which is your most important thing? But now it's starting to be affected. So here we have the UB Party of Canada, which in my concept would be the Green Party. Slate cleaned, turned into a neutral party. The right-wingers walk across the floor to Elizabeth May's side. Some of the disgruntled liberals will walk across to this Bird Party, this Green Party. A few independents, maybe a couple NDPs, but there's certainly not very many NDPs left. And we get 200 MPs walking across the floor to the neutral party. We now have a majority government without even a vote. And if you go, well, it sounds like this party could be extreme. Okay, well, with the way the money is being spent right now, on what we're spending it on, nothing can be more extreme than what they're doing currently in our politics. The bureaucracy is insane. And why? So, if we walked across the floor, maybe we get a bunch of this straightened out. Get it all straightened out. You walk back to your party. But right now, the way things are going, I just watched a thing on the internet. It was Polyev, so he's always against the liberals. He's always, bashing them and talking about this. But there's got to be a little bit of sense in some of the information that he's delivering. And if that's the case, then holy crap. Maybe if he was in power, he would go off and do the same thing, except for on the right. Extreme, 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 extreme. But the liberals are in power, and we're losing more money in our federal debt than we ever have right now. $225 billion spending spree right now. That's all going into our deficit. So instead of our deficit being $25 or $30 billion, it could be 80, 90, 100 billion. Justin Trudeau's deficit in 2021 was $329 billion. He doesn't even know what he spent the money on. He couldn't justify half of it. Meanwhile, that's debt that is incurred by the people. And the people have to start fighting back. This is creating a rebellion without violence. It's creating a rebellion without any strain. It's creating a rebellion that is fixing the problem, not making the problem worse. I mean, anarchy, that's the last thing we need is anarchy. Let's keep a system going. Let's keep moving forward. We got to pay for our families. We got to pay for our houses and our debt. So we have to stay the course. We have to keep working. But now all of a sudden, in the political arena, everything is starting to head in a direction for the people, which is something that hasn't happened for a long time. Thank you. Doug Farrow.